I always knew I had a brother, but the story of how we found each other is nothing short of miraculous. It all began with a faded photograph, tucked away in the attic, a relic of a time when my parents were still together. The picture showed a young boy, about my age, with strikingly familiar features. I had always wondered about him, a sibling who seemed to have vanished into thin air. My parents had divorced when I was just a toddler, and the few times I'd asked about my brother, they brushed it off with strained smiles. As the years passed, the curiosity never waned, and when I turned 18, I decided it was time to unearth the truth. I confronted my mother with that old photograph, and her eyes welled up with tears. She confessed that my brother's name was Alex, and he was taken away by my father after the divorce. She had lost all contact with him and had no idea where he was. Determined to find Alex, I embarked on a journey that would take me through countless dead ends and long-lost trails. I started by searching online, joining social media groups, and even hiring a private investigator. But it was fruitless until one day, a random message request on Facebook changed everything. The message simply said, "Are you looking for Alex?" I couldn't believe my eyes. It was from a woman named Sarah, who claimed to be my brother's childhood friend. She told me that she had seen my post on a missing persons group and thought it sounded like the Alex she knew. With bated breath, I met Sarah in a different city but had recently returned. She gave me an address and told me to go there without telling anyone, as Alex was not aware that I was searching for him. The drive to that unfamiliar town was agonizing. My heart raced with anticipation, and my mind was filled with questions. Would he remember me? Would he accept me into his life? What had he been through all these years? I parked outside the address Sarah had given me and approached the door with trembling hands. I knocked, and after a seemingly endless pause, the door opened. And there he stood, a face so much like mine, but etched with the marks of time. For a moment, we just stared at each other, too stunned for words. Then, a tear trickled down his cheek, and he whispered, "Is that really you?" I nodded, and we embraced, our tears mingling in a hug that felt like a lifetime in the making. We spent hours catching up, sharing our stories, and realizing how much we had in common despite the years apart. It turned out he had been searching for me as well, but the trail had grown cold. The reunion was bittersweet, filled with the pain of lost years but also the joy of newfound family. As the years have passed since that fateful day, Alex and I have grown closer, bridging the gap that time and circumstances had created. We've learned from our shared experiences and have become more than just siblings, we're the closest of friends. Finding my long-lost brother was like piecing together a part of my own identity that had been missing for far too long. It was a story of determination, chance, and the enduring power of family bonds. Of course, let's dive deeper into the story of how I found my long-lost brother. As Alex and I sat in his living room, the hours flew by as we recounted our separate lives, sharing anecdotes of our childhood, and discovering the uncanny similarities we had. It felt as if we had always known each other, our personalities and interests mirroring each other in an almost eerie fashion. We both loved the same music, had a passion for travel, and even shared a fascination for stargazing. One of the most remarkable moments was when Alex pulled out an old family photo album that had survived the test of time. In those fading photographs, I saw my younger self, playing in a park I didn't remember, my father's arm around my shoulders, and Alex's infectious smile as he ran alongside. It was a tangible link to a time that had felt so distant. As we flipped through the pages, Alex explained that after my parents' divorce, he had gone to live with my father in another state. Our father had remarried and kept him away from our mother and me. It was a painful separation that had left its scars on both of us. But finding each other now, we realized that our shared history was stronger than any obstacles life had thrown at us. Over the next few weeks, our bond deepened. We started spending weekends together, making up for lost time with activities we had both missed out on as brothers. We went hiking, attended concerts, and shared secrets that only siblings could understand. It was a healing process, mending the emotional wounds left by our childhood separation. I also introduced Alex to the rest of our family, and the reunion was nothing short of emotional fireworks. My mother, who had carried the guilt of not being able to protect Alex, cried tears of joy at the sight of her two sons back together. Our extended family welcomed Alex with open arms, as if he had never been gone. But amidst all the happiness, there were moments of reflection and sadness. We both wished that we could have grown up together, sharing the everyday moments, and supporting each other through the ups and downs of life. The void left by those lost years couldn't be completely filled, but our determination to make the most of the time we had left was unwavering. As the years went by, the relationship with our father remained strained. He had harbored resentment against my mother and me for years and was reluctant to accept the rekindled bond between Alex and me. It was a bitter pill to swallow, realizing that the family dynamics were forever changed. Despite the challenges, Alex and I persevered. We supported each other in ways only brothers can. We celebrated each other's achievements, helped each other through difficult times, and offered a shoulder to lean on when life got tough. Our connection was a testament to the strength of sibling love. The story of finding my long-lost brother became a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the enduring power of family bonds. It wasn't just about reuniting, it was about starting a new chapter in our lives together. The experience taught us that family isn't just about blood but the relationships we choose to nurture and cherish. Weeks turned into months, and Alex and I continued to rebuild our sibling relationship.